The more you build a man, the more you open his options for other women. Okay? But when a man builds a woman, the opposite happens. Okay? So if he set the bar so high, right, with providing for you, spoiling you, taking you on vacations, just being your full provider and protector. If a woman did a man like that wrong, the chances of her finding another man like that is slim to none.
Hi ladies, welcome back to my channel. I missed you. I'm sure you missed my content. So ladies, I'm sorry that I take too long to post sometimes, but that's because when I come back here, I want to come back with the best. But anyway, during the week, I went out for lunch with my son. That is me and him. And yes, he's a little bit playful. And this is also me during my day-to-day job activities. So you can see me there with my students teaching. But anyway, enough of that. Let's get back to the video. So let me tell you, of all the mistakes you could ever make in this life, the worst one will be to build a man up. It's 2024, ladies. Why would you want to be Bob the Builder? I mean, if you want to build yourself. Don't build a man you didn't birth. Ladies, don't build a man you didn't give birth to. So in these clips, you'll get to hear why you should never build a man up. And at the end of the video, I'll give my personal take on this. And I always have a little story time for you ladies. So without further ado, I'm so excited for this video. Let's jump right in.
You invest in a man and you help build a man, it's harder for the man to just take off and leave.
Says the man who cheated on his ex-wife with his current wife. Says the man who used and abused his ex-wife when he was broke and didn't have a pot to piss in. She held him down. Whole time he was cheating on his ex-wife with his current wife. So right now his current wife, who was his former mistress, didn't have to lift a finger to help him build shit. His current wife slid in right in time as his career was skyrocketing and his pockets were fattening. His current wife is enjoying the fruits of his labor. He dogged the fuck out of his ex-wife, the woman that helped him when he had no money in his pockets. This advice he's giving to women is purely hypocritical of him. I digress.
The more you build a man, the more you open his options for other women. Okay? But when a man builds a woman, the opposite happens. Okay? So if he set the bar so high, right, with providing for you, spoiling you, taking you on vacations, just being your full provider and protector. If a woman did a man like that wrong, the chances of her finding another man like that is slim to none. That's why there's no risk involved when a man builds a woman. When he invests in a woman, when he spoils a woman, there's no risk in doing that because you set the bar so high that if another man will try to come in and replace you, he will fail at it. Money gives men access to women that they would have never been able to pull had they been broke. Rick Ross, look at the women he was able to pull. Rod Wave, look at his baby mama. You think if he was broke and had no money, you think he'll be able to pull a woman like that? Look at Chris Rock, Kevin Hart. He's short. Look at his wife. Look at the woman he's able to pull, right? It ain't because they look good. It ain't because they tall, handsome, and fine, right? It's the money that gives them access to those type of women. Who Jay-Z married to? It wasn't his looks that pulled Beyonce, okay? Look at Biggie Smalls when he was alive and he had pulled Faith Evans. Baby, back then in the 80s and 90s, Faith Evans was beautiful. She was that girl. Yeah, look how he was able to pull her. It wasn't his looks. Okay, even though you may laugh and be like, yeah, they ain't fine, but these are 1% men, right, who are rich. Look at Country Wayne. This man has 10 kids And women was in the comment section when he did an interview talking about, that's the type of man I need. This man got 10 kids. But because he has money, a lot of women don't care about a man's past. They don't care that he created a whole bunch of broken homes. They care about his future, right? But see, men, they care about a woman's past. That's why you don't give your prime years and your wound up to Pookie and Ray Ray, who can't provide for you and love you. When you build a man, just know that you are increasing his market value in the dating world. And the opposite has happened with you, because see, the chances of a man running into a woman who got her life together, her own money, her own car, her own crib, her own motion, is a lot higher than a woman running into a man who's doing better than her. The probability, I'm not talking about exceptions to the rules. There's always an exception to the rule, but the probability of you running into a man doing better than you is rare. Okay? So in the chances of a man running into a woman who's doing better than him is higher. He has a better chance finding a good woman. But for you men who get in the comments and say, I want a loyal woman who was with me through my struggle days. And my question to you is, why are you looking for love while you struggling? That's number one. Number two, y'all know what happened when y'all make it? Y'all choose the woman who was at the finish line the entire time. You leave the woman who invested in you, who took care of you, who fed you, who loved you when you had nothing. You leave her behind and you choose the woman who was at the finish line the entire time. So that's why I tell women, don't build no man, because pick-me's never get picked. They are always overlooked. So women, you got to ask yourself, are you going to be the woman out of his league, or are you going to be the dream girl? Those are two different type of women. Let me know in the comments. Come on, let me know. Are you the dream girl? Most men will never reach their prime years, because your prime is when you got money, because that's his currency in the dating world. If he ain't got no money, he not valuable in the dating world. Okay? A woman's currency is her beauty. So most men would never experience those type of options in his lifetime the way a woman will. So yeah, they hit the wall too. There was a study done on a man who was 35 years old, and he went on a dating app, and he had only 2 women that was interested in him. Then it was a woman who was 35 years old, multiple kids, and she had multiple matches, men who wanted to date her. Yeah, so when they try to tell you women at 35, we're washed up, we're leftovers, I'm telling you, they hit a wall too. If you ain't got the money, these young girls are not trying to date you because they love you. They want providers and protectors. So if you stingy with your money, if you're not trying to spend on her, you're not going to have options like that. See, when a man is leading with his looks, he's leading from a feminine place. And when a woman is leading with her money and her accomplishments and her degrees, she's leading from a masculine place. So it's all backwards. Your currency is your beauty as a woman. Prioritize beauty and fitness. Yeah, you need to have your own money. Yeah, you need to have your own motion, because if you give somebody the power to feed you, you'll give them the power to starve you, and we ain't doing that. But you ain't getting no money and building no man with it. That's what you're not gonna do with your money. You're gonna get your money and you're gonna take yourself on trips and love on yourself. And he gonna have to meet you at that level, or he gotta find somebody he gonna have to date down. Period. So y'all let me know in the comments. Are you the dream girl? Or are you the woman out of his league? Let me know. Come on, let me know.
Also, y'all be killing me with this, if he ain't got it, I'ma help him get it mentality. Sis, he's 35. If he don't got it by now, he don't want it.
Be leery of men who are always talking about how they're looking for a good, strong woman to build with. Because for me, that's code for I haven't figured out how to do this on my own and I need help. Some men attach themselves to ambitious, high-achieving women because they want to learn from you, like they want you to be their mentor. At 35 years old, there are certain things that should already be built. The fact that some of these men don't even try to get their lives together in advance. Like, sir, if you say you want to be married one day and have a family, why haven't you been building toward that? Why haven't you gotten your career to a certain place, get your own place, got your own car, made a certain amount of money, got a retirement plan in place? Like, why haven't you started building? Why are you waiting to meet some woman to help build you up? And the sad part is there are some women that don't treat their man like a partner, but like a project, and you want to fix him up. You think if you get a fixer-upper, when the value increases, you'll be right there to benefit. But usually when they actually start living the life, they don't even want you anymore. They want the women that the new version of them can afford. With your work, with you helping them with their resume, and you helping them get a good job, and you helping build their credit score up, helping them get a good place and all that. Once you've done all the work to make this man into what you want him to be, he's going to find a new caliber of woman that he now feels that he qualifies for. They'll sit right there and let you pour everything you have into them, let you make him into the perfect man for another woman. I know some women think that if you're showing this man how loyal you can be, how many sacrifices you can make for him, that that's going to get you any loyalty. But oftentimes it doesn't. They end up resenting you. They resent you for being there and watching them struggle. Like they're angry about the fact that you're the one who had to pay the bills. You're the one whose car he's driving. You're the one who's paying the rent. You're the one whose name is on the lease. They resent the fact that they couldn't be the kind of man that they wanted to be for you. So when they get on their feet, they don't want to do it for you because there's all this pent up resentment that they have for you. They want to do it with a brand new woman. They get to be the kind of man that they wanted to be for you, but couldn't. You don't buy yourself any loyalty when you do this much sacrificing for a man. Almost every time you get burned. Yes, there are rarities. There's always going to be an anomaly about like a man who actually did reward the girl that that helped him and held him down when he had a little bit. But it's too big of a risk to do that. And most men, with any kind of pride, any kind of provider, they won't feel comfortable taking from you. They won't feel comfortable with you paying all the bills and taking care of them. It's only the kind of men that have no pride at all who will let you do all of that for them. Because some men, they look at themselves as less of a man if they ever had to take a dime from you.
Didn't I tell y'all to never help a man when he down because all he gonna do is resent you for it later on?
If you didn't watch that whole video, go back and watch it because my sis was speaking some straight facts. But anyways, I came on here to say something along the lines of like the whole Kiki and her boyfriend situation. But like, once you accept, right, like you get into a situation with a man who may be not as financially stable as you, or like you said, like you have to build him up, or he's not where you or where he would like to be in his life. Once you accept that, like, oh, okay, I know he don't have a car and he don't have a job right now and money is tight and right? Once you accept that, and then once you start building him up, once you start helping him, men put you in a different category. They put you in a different category, and then because you're in a separate category, they start treating you differently.
You can't get over him because you feel like he owes you something because you built with him and he never fulfilled promises. So it's not him you can't get over. It's the promises that he made. You understand? The things that fooled you. It's the things that came out of his mouth that fooled you into thinking that he was going to give you something. Now you're sitting there feeling like you can't get over him when it's what he did and what he promised that you have not received yet. So you're leaving with less than you probably thought you were going to have. Or you're leaving feeling like you're missing something. What you're missing is all those things that he lied about, that he never delivered. So it's not him you miss. It's just the false promises that you never got. So think of it like that. It ain't him. It's what you never got. It's you feel ripped off, basically. You feel ripped off. And being ripped off, you will be confused with missing that person, but you're really just upset because he didn't do what he was supposed to do. Okay, so that's how you can get over him. Just stop associating him with your feeling of he owes you something. He don't owe you anything. A promise can be broken. You know what I'm saying? You should have never been building with him in the first place. He's a man. He's a grown man. he wasn't handicapped, was he? Then you shouldn't have been building with him. You should have been out there with the hard hat on and a hammer singing Bob the Builder with him. You shouldn't have been doing that. You should have been getting your nails done, sitting at home, raising kids, shopping, watching me, whatever. You shouldn't have been out there raising him up so he could leave you. And I tell this to every woman who argues with me about being a Bob the Builder chick. Y'all think that it's going to pay off, but it never does. Not really. And if you say Michelle Obama one more time, I'm going to tell you Princeton. I'm going to tell you presidency. I'm going to tell you book deal. I'm going to tell you she already peeped him and that he was going to have money. Okay? You graduate from Harvard or Princeton or wherever you went to, you're going to have some money, period, point blank. Okay. To me, that is the male poverty mindset when they want a woman who works just as hard as them. Because first of all, it means they don't believe in themselves enough to earn enough to properly provide for a woman or a family. So number one, they don't believe in themselves. Number two, they want you to work just as hard as a man, which means they don't see themselves as a person to run a household or king of the castle, and are probably going to be an insecure partner anyway. Also, seems like they're trying to use you because they can't cut it on their own, but they want some sex while they're at it. Okay. You're basically what women are who bob the bill with men are sex while he's getting his money up. Free sex while he's getting his money up. That's all it is. Okay. So that's all you are. Free sex and shelter while he get his money up. So don't bob the build with anybody. Don't build with a man. If they don't have anything already and they are inviting you into their lives and you don't see nothing there for you, leave.
There's too many Barbara the Builders out here and not enough queens. You don't want to wait for the man that you deserve. You want to build him. And that's the problem. In the process of building that man, teaching that man how to properly communicate, teaching that man how to be faithful, how to be reciprocal, how to be a partner. In order to build a man like that, you got to take off your chastity belt and put on your tool belt. In order to protect yourself, you got to take off your crown and put on your construction hat. The walk you have to do in order to build a man, you got to take off those glass slippers and put on that steel toe boot. I ain't never seen a queen on her hands and knees doing manual labor in order to build a man. You up there hammer in hand, stubbing your fingers, breaking yourself in the process of trying to heal this man. You got on overalls, a tool belt, construction hat, and steel toe boots talking about you a queen. No, you are a fixer. You ain't no motherfucking queen. You ain't dressed like it.
If you're still giving a man money, you need to stop after you listen to this story. Our homeboy who has been doing shopping today in town for his introduction next week. And guess what? The person who is going to introduce him is not his current girlfriend. That girlfriend has been paying rent for 2.5 years. They've been together because this man lied to her that he was covering for a mortgage on his mother's house, which never existed. So this guy has been using all his money to prepare for the introduction, to build a house, and apparently this new girlfriend is pregnant, and they're going to do an introduction, and after they'll move into the house that the guy has built, because he has been saving money all along for all these 2 years. So if I tell you to stop giving these people money and you be here in the comments laughing at me, saying all the unthinkable words, you're going to face it.
One of the worst things you can do to your love life is feel bad for a grown man. Feeling bad.
The second you feel bad for a man is when you set yourself up to play every other role in his life. His therapist, his secretary, his mom. There is a huge difference between choosing to be with someone where you are both mutually growing and helping each other versus choosing to be with someone where you are constantly picking up the slack and giving as they are taking. If you were able to do the work to grow into a fully functional and responsible adult, then you should expect that your partner was also able to do the same thing. And I understand that we are all at different places in our personal growth journey, but that is why it is so important for you to figure out what your non-negotiables are and what you are willing to compromise on in a relationship. Stop building these men up and enabling them as they continue to drain you of your time, energy, knowledge, resources, and money. There is no amount of encouragement you can give a man who is not willing to proactively help himself, and it is not your responsibility to do so. At the end of the day, you are your number one priority, and no one is going to be able to protect you and your life the way that you will.
What messed you up the most is at some point, someone taught you that building a man is your love language. That in order for you to actively love a man, you have to build him. You have to tolerate the pain of that growth, and you have to excuse him like you are his damn mom. People have convinced you that you're not dating a man, you're mothering him. And some of y'all, you don't know it. You're going to swear up and down on this live that you're not babying that man. But yes, you do. You don't hold him accountable when he fuck up. You tolerate and you make more excuses for him than he does. You are his number one defender of his bullshit. And you reason that if you were more woman, he'd behave more like a man. That love has its ups and downs, and we just going through a down season. You've been in a down season ever since you've been in that relationship. You reason to yourself that mask that man put on when he met you, that's his real self, not the authentic version of him that you are seeing now, that he knows that he has hooked you because now you love him and you ain't going nowhere. I don't give a what nobody say. The true measure of a man is not who he is when he's trying to get you to love him. It's who he is after he finds out you actually do.
If it's a good man, a hardworking man, somebody that is loyal to you, somebody that makes you feel safe, I don't see a problem with helping your partner out. I don't mind building. However, over here, we talked about like giving men more grace. Just helping them. A lot of the times these women have helped. They poured a lot into a man, okay? We have poured ourselves into relationships. We have tried to build up men, and afterwards we've gotten nothing in return, which then builds resentment to those men. And why I say that being independent isn't a bad thing is because some of us have been let down so many times. Some of us have allowed a man to lead, and he's led us to hell. So now there is no other way to be but independent. Now, can I be interdependent in a relationship? Yes. Can I love you still? Can I build up my king? Absolutely. But do I have my own? Do I stand on my own square? And does that intimidate some insecure that don't have anything to show for themselves? That what they do is break you down? Absolutely. So we're not gonna act like those men don't exist. And that's why I was turning in my chair.
Hold on. Who's to say once he get his act together, he gonna choose you? You the girl he got when he ain't had, when his life wasn't in order, when he wasn't a perfect catch, when he was a bottom of the barrel. Who's to say once he upgrades his life, he gonna think you is the person that deserve his upgraded self? You keep thinking these men that you accepting at they worst, at they best gonna want you. No, you the girl that he found that was able to put up with his while he was at the lowest. Watch him take all those lessons, all those upgrades, all those improvements he made while he was with you and take it to another person. Y'all keep waiting for these ifs, ands, and maybes when you can have a quality man now. Anytime somebody tell you they ain't ready, listen.
Okay, so this may hurt a few people's feelings, but it's something that needs to be said. And that is, you're allowing yourself to become a placeholder. You would be surprised how many men I've heard that I know personally say things like, once I get my money up, I'm going to get my dream girl. Entire time, they're in a relationship. Or they're using these free dating apps to deal with any woman who would have them. Basically, just playing the numbers game. The reasons why they do this is because they know that where they are currently, they would not be able to attract their dream woman. So they settle on any woman who's okay with what they bring or do not bring to the table with their current situation. Don't let this woman be you. Take the time to elevate yourself spiritually, mentally, physically, financially, emotionally, and then meet someone who is on that level or higher. Because you would be pissed when he leaves you for a woman who would not have even looked his way before.
Men never picked a woman that did so much for them. So if you ever find yourself in a situation where you didn't build this man up, helped him with his resume, help him get a job, help him build a business, help him flip his money, help him when he didn't have no credit, help him raise his children on some you wasn't nobody before I met you type of thing, thinking that you're going to get a return on your investment or somehow this man's going to be indebted to you and do right by you because you helped him with all his... He's not, okay? This is the same man that will go and find a woman who's not doing half of the things that you're doing and give her the sun, the moon, and the stars because she makes him feel like a man. It's just what it is. He didn't ask you to do all of that. And do you think he want to look at you and think like, oh, this woman helped me build my life? He's not your child, right? It just never works out like that. So do me a favor and save your time, your money, okay? And all of your energy because it just never rolls around like that, baby. Either he's going to be like, thank you, peace out, or he's going to be like, I didn't ask you to do all of that. I didn't ask you to do all of that. It is going to be a conflict of interest. So you choose.
Never, ever build with a man unless you are an architect and that is your business partner and you're going to get that paycheck. You're going to get that contract deal, but you are not married and you are not sleeping with that man. Okay. Never build with a man ever if you have any type of self-esteem. If you're already building with a man, slowly start pulling out. Stop paying this, stop paying that. Fake lose your job. Take some vacation days, pretend like you lost your job and see if he's going to kick in and do his manly duty. If not, you know who you are, the Bob the Builder chick, okay? Some men base their relationship only if you are able to pay some money and provide. If you can't provide, they don't want you. You kick to the curb quickly. That means you're not their type. They wouldn't do anything for you. You're not the love of their life. You're just their... Bob the Builder who's going to get them to the type of woman that they truly want. So just take a realistic look at yourself. Don't overreact emotionally if this is you. Start making your plan. Don't overreact. Don't even say nothing. Start executing your plan to get out of it, to start paying anything and see if he's going to kick in. Have your little savings, whatever, so that if he decides he doesn't want to be with you because you're not going to help him be a man, then you need to go ahead and leave and be a full woman by yourself and let him learn how to finish being a man.
Ladies, never ever assist a man to make it in life. Never ever build a man because that nigga will get money and definitely cheat on you. He might not leave you, but he will definitely cheat on you.
Don't ever build a man and don't ever sit there and lift him up if he ain't lifting your bills up to pay, okay? Otherwise, you're just looking stupid in the long run, okay? And when you look back on your life, you're not with that man anymore, you're going to feel real stupid. That's why we're trying to help you to get your money and make sure that you're not giving yourself out for free over and over and over just to get the same results, okay? So get your money, ladies.
I think Steve Harvey is a perfect example of why you should never build a man up. Just imagine what his ex-wife is really going through right now. I can't imagine building a man up to that level and then he leaves you just like that. So I really support the first lady who explains why there is no risk of a man building a woman up. But as a woman, if you build a man up, you'll be giving him a leeway to have other women around him. Like, other women will be looking in and thinking like, if I can have that man, he can keep me the way he's keeping his wife. The whole time, they don't know. It's you who is putting everything together, who is holding things together. And let's say you're out of that situation. When they come in, they realize there's no water for them to drink because you're the one who brought all the water. And half of the time, these women are not half the woman you are. So they'll always tend to run away. That's what's funny. Let me tell you over time where I built a man up, but he left me in the desert without water. Yes, these men will leave you in the desert dry without water. So it was 5 years I dated this guy. So we had a beautiful relationship. I mean, myself, I'm very self-driven. I was in campus, but he was not. But I don't like to just like judge someone based on their educational level. But maybe I should have judged him for his like work ethic, for his self-drive and all and all. So I didn't. I mean, I was 21. I was going for the hype. So I built this man up until I was like 25. Like, not necessarily building, but like you support him, you're the one who's there for him financially, emotionally. But looking back, he was not there for me on any of those, in any of those aspects. He was never there for me. So I became Bob the Builder. Hello. I became Bob the Builder. So time went by, he got a deal, he flew out, was making this money. This man, yeah, would only send a dime after we argued for like 6 hours, I think. Like he actually like just never like supported us. Like he always used to like kick me when I was down. Like at the time I was depressed financially, I was just like not there. So he would laugh at me. He will tell me like, "Oh, look at you. Look at that hole you're living in. I mean, you're just a nobody." Like he will like poke me at my lowest. Mind you, this man has left you with his child and he won't help take care of him. And it's not like he doesn't have money. He has the money, but he uses his money on hoes. And where are those hoes? Stevie Wonder. I can't see no hoes around there. So anyway, that's the storyline right here. I know I laugh a lot. One of you said I laugh a lot through these stories, but it's because right now, it's so funny to me. It's so funny. Like for me now, it's like funny. For me now, I actually like laugh. Yeah, some stories are very traumatic, but like sometimes you need to disconnect, and it's a long time ago. So right now, it's just funny. But right there, right those days, that was not funny. Excuse me, that was not funny. I used to cry myself to sleep. That was not funny. But looking back, I think that was a blessing in disguise. Like that allowed me to see him for who he really is. Like to just know this man will never support you. Even like, people like break up all the time. But you need to know like this person will have you straight as the mother of his child. Like this person will be a friend. Like this person will have some decency. Let me tell you, most of these men you're building up don't have even the decency for you. They don't have even the decency for their own children. Let me tell you. So you better wake up. You better open your eyes to who some people really are. So I also support the point that if you have no money as a man, you're not valuable in this dating world. And I don't get why some men, knowing they're very broke, go out and insist on dating. Like, I think dating is for the men who are in a good place in their lives. Like, as a man, why would you like to? And these types of men are the men that go for these high achieving women, high driven women, and they want you to like do everything for them. They want you to like work as hard as a man to just build for them. Huh? And these men, most of these men, are the men who will leave you in the desert without water. Huh? Like they'll never support anything about you. They'll be the ones laughing at you. They'll be the ones cheating on you with hoes as soon as they get like a little up, like a little boost. They'll never like that's when you know, like when a man gets rich, that's when he shows his true colors. And when a man is broke and he's the woman, I think that's when you know the true woman. But most of these men, you'll support them, you'll do everything for them, but who is there to tell you? I wish someone told me this, by the way. Most of us have done some things out of ignorance. Like we were too naive, we were too young, like I don't know. But anyway, you live, you learn. So I also found the point whereby men who lead with their looks are leading from a feminine place, and women who lead with their achievements, their money, lead from a masculine place. Yes, that's very, very right. And also, don't give a man the power to feed you, because this man will also starve you. If I had given that man the power to feed me, oh my God, right now I would have been like dead for the last, I think, 5 years. I would have been RIP long time ago. Like, don't give this man the power to feed you, because this man will also starve you. Like, it's okay to like protect you, protect yourself. Like, just in case of it, protect yourself. And men that want you to build with them will also drain you of your value. Like, as a woman, your youth years are very sensitive. And most of these men will waste your youth years. They'll waste that energy. They'll want you to use that energy, all your smartness, all your tricks on them, so that they can up and live with those tricks and build an empire without you. Yes, they'll do that. And they'll up and live and get a woman who they think they deserve, who they think they could not get because they did not have money. And you were just the woman who accepted his bullshit. Like, you were just the woman who was there to feed him. Like, he knows that. Like, he knows you have a low self-esteem for even being with him. Like, he even knows if he was you, he would not have been with him. Like, that's how much these men hate themselves. And when a man hates himself, he always takes it out on the woman that loves him. I want you to think about that again. So a lot of times when you build this man, we're always bitter because, like, you feel like he owes you something. You can't get over him because you feel like this man owes me something. Like, this man promised me this man never gave me this. Like, ladies, at this day and age, I think it's safe to just stay alone. Like, I think Shira 7 explains it so well. Like, you'd rather invest all that energy on your children, like on people that matter, on your businesses, on yourself, on your body. Like, just invest that energy on you. Don't let your energy, like, protect your energy. Like, most of these men will drain you off your light. They'll drain you off your grace. They'll drain you off your smile. Like, they'll drain you off everything. Personally, I hate needy men. I hate, with capital letters, needy men. Like, these are the men who always need you for something. They always need you for, oh, please assist me with this and this. I'll return. Oh, I'm going to this place and I don't have this and this. Like, oh God, you are a man. Like, I hate needy men. And needy men are these types of men who will always want you to build them. They are these types of, there's nothing wrong with returning the energy a man gives you. But don't invest your energy where the man gives you no such energy. Like, if a man really goes out of his way to support you in your dreams, I think you should return the energy. Also, go out of your way to support him. I think that's healthy. But a lot of these situations, there's no guarantee this man will do the same for you once he's up there. Like, I think it's 1 in a million men who do that. Like, never invest especially your good years on a man. Especially on like no good for nothing man, because these men will drain you. They will drain you. And then let me tell you, these men always think that, oh, let me drain this woman in her youthful years. When I'm like that, in my 40s, in my 30s, that's when I'll be valuable. No, and men forget that you won't be valuable simply because you're 40 years old or you're 35 years old. You'll only be valuable if you work towards being a high value man. Like, if you have the money, if your mind is on point, like, that's when you'll be valuable. Like, men forget that. Like, men always forget that they hit the wall too. Like, and as a woman, don't listen to this bullshit. Like, oh, as a woman, you'll hit the wall fast. It might be true. Maybe we age quicker. But if I checked, women live longer. How is that? And don't like, as a woman, if you protect your energy, you won't even hit the wall. If you protect your money, protect your mind, protect your emotions, protect yourself against these snakes, imagine you won't hit the wall as the thing. Like, you'll be 40 looking 25 because of protecting your energy. Like, I believe energy is very valuable. Protect your light, protect your energy. And men always have a financial advantage over us. So please don't feel pity for him. Don't help him. Like, only build what you gave birth to. Simple. Build only what you gave birth to. Simple. And these men that tend to stay with you when they are nobodies, like they only use you for free sex, shelter, and motivation, all that. Like you're his mama, basically. You're just his mother. Because only his mother will accept you in such situation. Don't be that woman that accepts you in that situation. No, no, no. If there's someone you should accept in that situation, it's only your child. Like only your child. Like don't pity these men. And I also support the man who says that if he's 35 and he doesn't have it by now, he doesn't really want it. Like, how true is that? By the way, if you're in your 30s as a man and you don't have it by then, you don't really want it. So don't treat him like a project. Oh, let me work on this man. When he reaches this level, now I'll be the queen. No, sis, this man will always embarrass you. And I repeat, never say never, because this man will come nevering like before. Hey, please, at our age, ladies, if you're watching, whatever age you are, please don't invest anything on this man. They'll always wake up early in the morning just to embarrass you. So doing right by a useless man will never get you anywhere. Unless it's a really deserving man. And I always repeat, this channel is not like to hate men. This channel, we just hate lazy men. We just hate good for nothing men. But we love the good men. Like, I believe they are good men. Trust me, there are good men out here. Not everybody is bad. There are good men out here. So doing right by a useless man will never get you nowhere. It will never get you anywhere. Do right by yourself. You do right by yourself. And I want you to be comfortable staying alone. Like being alone most of the time. Spend time with yourself. You'll actually learn a lot of things about yourself. Spend a lot of time with yourself. And I hate these men who are normally too comfortable with a woman providing for them. I mean, that's a very big red flag. Like if a man is too comfortable with you getting into your pocket and removing money, that man is a big red flag. Yes, that's a big red flag. And never feel bad for him. For half of the time, you're feeling bad for him. Those same men are the ones rooting for your downfall, are the ones behind the scenes clipping your wings so that you can fall, so that you can be on the same level with him. Like, why are you up there? Like, I have to clip your wings so that you can fall down here and be with me. Like, that's his mentality the whole time. So be very careful. Don't sleep with the enemy. Don't sleep with the enemy, please. Like, I advise against investing on any man. Unless it's a man investing in you, don't invest in him. Don't. Unless it's returning the same energy, just don't. And a man who's investing in you, half of the time, this man will be so like masculine. He'll be like so self-sufficient. He won't need you to invest in him by the way. Unless maybe he hits a rough patch. This man won't need you that much. So these men who are too comfortable with you providing for them, being their mama. As I said, I hate needy men. Hate a man who needs me all the time, not his mama. Anyway, this man who behaves like this, he hates you. He doesn't like you enough. If he's letting you provide for him, like he wants you to work as hard as a man, like he gets the joy out seeing you drain your energy just for him. He gets the joy seeing you drain yourself, knowing he'll up and leave the moment he gets his things right. Like he'll do you so wrong, given the chance. Like given a little money, he'll do you so wrong. Like he can't wait actually to do you so wrong. I don't know, but please just protect you and don't invest on any man unless it's your son. And don't fall in love with potential. No, don't fall in love with potential. Fall in love with the ready man. We don't have time to wait anymore. No, don't fall in love with potential. Because, like, if you fall in love with potential, this man will lead you to hell. Like, someone will lead you to hell where they belong anyway. So elevate yourself and not them. Elevate yourself and not them. And men never pick a woman who did so much for them. And like for women, like as a woman, if a man invests so much in you, like you can't leave this man. Oh my God, you can't leave this man because like the chances of you meeting such a man are so slim. But these men who are jealous, these men who want you to build them, they don't actually know that the more they deny you of your feminine, like of your feminine space. Like they don't want to see you in your feminine energy. They make life harder for you. You have to work 10 times harder. They always like do not even support their children so that you can work 10 times harder. Like such men don't understand that if they did the right thing, you won't actually like even have eyes for another man. But as a woman, if you do so much for a man, that's when like his value rises and yours diminishes, and he'll up and leave you and get another woman. So act like them, return the same energy a man gives you. Fake it, like fake you've been terminated. Fake anything, be as useless and broke as he is, like, and see how he'll react. 90% of the time, he can't stomach you when you're as useless and broke as he is. He won't. So that tells you a lot. That tells you don't need to be there. So be a full woman by yourself and let him finish being a man wherever he is, because we don't have time to waste on this man. If we have time, it's to invest in ourselves. So I'm going to finish this video by saying that part of protecting your energy comes with protecting your well-being, like your money, and a major part of this comes from the men you date. So protect your energy, protect yourself by, it shows like by the men you date. Like, please protect yourself. 90% of the time these men like want to destroy you so bad. They want to see you miserable. Like those types of men, they want to see you miserable. Like they don't want you to be happy at all. They don't want you to find any light. They don't want you to find any positivity. They always want you to be stuck in the darkness with them. Don't be that woman. Don't be that woman, please, 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 please. So anyway, ladies, if you watch this far, hey, you're a real one. Like, oh my God, I really appreciate your support. So as you know, just comment down below with this dancing lady emoji, and I'll know you watched the whole video, and also subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you in the next video. So bye ladies, until then, stay safe, stay pretty, and don't build a man up. Peace.